There's actually a fairly predictable set of steps that allow you to grow and scale your business. And you can go from 0 to 100,000, and then you can change gear and go 100,000 to 1 million. And you can actually go through a set of steps that take you through those jumps. Okay, first set of steps we call CAOS. CAOS stands for Concept, Audience, Offer, Sales. So the good news is I've done these first 4 steps normally without spending any money. I'll use things like slide decks and Excel spreadsheets and Microsoft Word and Google Docs and all of that sort of stuff. There's not really normally a CRM investment. There's normally not full-time employees that you need or expensive suppliers or any of those sorts of things. The great thing here is that with off-the-shelf kind of software and pay-by-the-hour suppliers, you can get yourself through these first 4 steps pretty easily and pretty cheaply. But here's the first 4 things. We need a concept so that when people say, what are you working on? What's the business all about? You've got a great answer for that, and it's a strategically correct concept. You've got an audience, which means that people are paying attention and they're watching what happens next and they're interested and paying attention. You've got an offer, which is when you put something in front of the audience, they understand what that thing does for them and how much it is and what what are the payment options and what problems it solves and how it solves it. And then you've got sales, which is the ability to communicate the value to the extent that people actually sign up and do something with you. So those are the big 4 that get you to the 100,000. And I really want to make this point super, super clear. You don't really need anything other than these 4 things. This is the early stage 4 things. That's kind of it, right? That's all we need to do. So when it comes to concept, there's 3 big things that come together. If you imagine a Venn diagram, there's 3 things that come together to make a great concept, and that is an overlap of something you're passionate about, a problem that you can solve, and something people are willing to pay for, right? So passion, problem, payment. And essentially, you're trying to make a set of compromises where you're probably not going to go to the extremes of any of those. You're trying to find an overlap, something that you are passionate and excited about, and other people believe you're passionate and excited about, something that has a genuine problem. I always find it strange when someone says, oh, I've seen a business that's doing really, really well and I'm trying to copy them. It's like, oh, that's a bit tacky. The fact is that it's already being done well, right? So what I'd rather find is a problem that people can't solve and that they're struggling with. So we want to have a problem and a lot of people who've got that problem. And in particular, we want that problem to be experienced by people who've got money to throw at it. So we've got concept, we've got an audience that we're looking for. Let me introduce you to 2 types of audiences. There is the dormant audience and there's the active audience. The dormant audience are people who are not actively searching for what you do. The active audience are people who are searching for what you do. So if you're a branding consultant, the active audience, literally they're typing into Google branding consultant, they're searching for podcasts by branding consultants, they're reading books by branding consultants on Amazon, right? They're actively trying to solve a problem. The dormant market, these are people who are not happy with their branding. They know something's wrong. There's not something, they're not 100% happy, but they've not yet begun the process of searching. Now, in any market, the dormant market is a much, much, much bigger market, right? So people who are problem aware, but not yet solution focused, right? Those people, these are just people who are aware of a problem, but they're not yet searching for a solution. It's a much, much, much bigger market. And the truly great entrepreneurs are the ones who do not fight over the active market. They go upstream to the dormant market, right? So they know how to go and get an audience who are upstream. They know how to activate the dormant market and make them interested in something that they're not currently searching for. One of the ways that we know how to activate people is through content that gives people a light bulb moment. So if you can create content where suddenly people go, oh, I hadn't thought about it like that. Normally you're going to share with people something like a path of least resistance, or you might share with them some information about diagnosis of problems, or you might be able to show them the payoff of solving their problem. You might be able to give them a checklist or a criteria, but essentially you're going to try and get people to switch on. You're going to give them a light bulb moment. And what you're going to do is you're going to ask them to join an audience, right? You're going to ask them to join a group. So when people are dormant and then you give them a piece of content, the perfect scenario for audience is to do something called audience building, Audience building is where you get people to join a WhatsApp group, a Facebook group, you get them to join an event of some sort, but essentially you get them to signal that they're part of the audience, that you want them to put their hand up and say, yes, I would like to be part of this particular audience. So concept audience offer is our third step. And what we're going to do is we're going to run some surveys to our audience, and we're going to ask them lots of questions. We're going to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, how interested are you in this example, I've put financial planning. Why did you choose that number? What outcome would you love to achieve in this area? What do you think has prevented you in the past from getting great results? If you wanted to learn more about financial planning, how would you go about it? Are you looking for a done with you solution, a done for you solution, a do it yourself solution? Which would you prefer and why? So I'm asking lots of questions, and I'm trying to gather data and gather information and try and find out, have you already spent money? Were you happy in this area? What sort of budget would you want to spend? And if I get a solution, would you be interested in discussing it, right? So once we've got that sort of data, we're going to put together an offer. So what most people do when they think about constructing an offer is they construct an offer based on their own personal set of skills. So they say, oh, I've got coaching skills, I'm going to be a coach, or I've got supply chain management skills, I'm going to be a supply chain consultant. What we want to do when we construct an offer is we want to figure out what the customer wants and then work backwards from that, right? So we want to construct an offer that includes all the things that the customer wants. So they might say, oh, so you're looking for software and copywriting, and you're looking for a consultant who can implement it for you, and you're looking for someone who can do a procurement process. And it's like, okay, well, we can cobble all of that together and do that all for you if that's the thing that you want, if that's the red hot offer that you're looking for. So when you think about an offer, don't just think about what you do. The key question is not just what you do, what can you bring to the table, right? What do you bring to the table? So it's not what do you bake, it's what do you bring to the table? And that's the key thing. So there we go. We've got concept, audience, offer. Let's do the final one, sales. Okay, so sales is a really great topic. It blows my mind that no MBA program in the world does a sales module. Harvard MBAs, Oxford MBAs, honestly, they're so detached from reality because they don't do sales. They don't actually pick up the phone and talk to customers. Essentially, every single sale contains the DNA of value, right? And the DNA of value is that people have a current reality that they're not 100% happy with. They have a desired reality of something they wish they could have instead, and they have a set of obstacles and criteria that they need to solve in order to get from here to here. It has to be a certain price point. It has to be delivered a certain way. So they have current reality, desired reality, obstacles, and criteria, and that creates tension for them. It makes them feel that there is a sense of tension. Now, when that tension arises, if a company can clearly articulate these parameters and offer a path of least resistance from current reality to desired reality that doesn't conflict with the obstacles and criteria, then a sale gets made. Now, what has to happen is that every single business owner needs to understand these dynamics so they can make a sale. They have to be able to pick up the phone, talk to customers, make a sale by being able to communicate in this particular way. You're going to have to learn certain sales techniques and strategies to be able to communicate the value of what you do powerfully. I'll give you the reason why most people suck at sales. In order to make a sale, a customer needs to feel that there are logical reasons that they should buy, right? It needs to stack up logically. There are emotional reasons that they should buy. It needs to feel right. And they need to feel a sense of urgency that it would be better to buy now than wait till later. Push it out 6 months. Logic, emotion, and urgency are the three big ingredients that every sale has to have in it. So some people are very good at communicating the logical benefits of what they do, but they don't do the stories and the emotional connection and all of that sort of stuff, and they definitely don't do the urgency. Some people are really good at doing the emotion, the stories, the feelings, but they don't do the logic or the urgency. Some people are hard sales, right? They're a little bit aggressive on the sales. They do the urgency straight out of the gate, but they don't do the emotion and the logic first. So the hard thing about sales is that you've got to learn these other two skills. If you're good at one, you've got to learn the other two so that you can actually do all three of these. You can juggle the three balls. Okay, if you can do CAOS, you can get your first 100 grand real easy. Concept, audience, offer, sales.